Uh-oh, them butcher boys back. Yeah, sick, glitch, C-dub. Yeah, you know, we got a new motto this year. MCF, money come first.
Yeah. What up? It's the man about town, Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts. And y'all know y'all tuned in to another episode of Real Talk Podcast. I'm gonna make this real brief. First things first, smash that like button, click on the bell, and subscribe to the page. Now tap in and walk with me. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are familiar with the controversy going on YouTube right now involving Cynthia G and whether she wants to admit it or not, or accept it or not. She's involved with Cynthia G and NYLAH and Taz and all of these people, right? Even my homie Red is involved with this. I just want to put some things in perspective for y'all, man. Now, y'all hear me talking about HR 1955, the Violent Radicalization and Homegrown Terrorism Prevention Act of 2007. Now, let's take a walk with me. Tap in and walk with me. Although Cynthia G released a video saying that she's not involved or she has nothing to do with this, I beg to differ. Right? Now let's put some things in perspective and speak hypothetically for a second. And I know a lot of y'all gonna say, well, this isn't the case, and that's true, but it could very much well be the case. High potential, for the simple fact that this is what it could possibly be if it's decided to be taken to this level by the powers involved, right? Now, if this was a Fed case, Cynthia G, you would be a co-conspirator on this case simply because you are a party to it, because let's just be honest, if these people weren't associated with you, they probably would not have the fame on YouTube that they have. Tap in and walk with me. You are spreading ideologically based violence with your ideology that black male babies should be aborted. That in itself is ideologically based violently, or should I say ideologically based violence, and that is violent radicalization. Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Cynthia G threatened by a rapper who threatened to like shoot her or something like that because she was talking about aborting black male babies? Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but tap in and walk with me like I said. If the feds wanted to get involved with this, and by the feds I mean federal agencies, and I'm gonna give y'all a quick list of federal agencies that could highly potentially be involved with this situation if this situation goes to where it can possibly go. The FCC, Homeland Security, the NSA, the CIA, and the FBI could very well much be involved with this situation if it goes to where it could potentially go, right? Now, the feds ain't going to want to hear anything about you ain't have nothing to do with it and you're not involved, because according to the feds, you would most definitely be a co-conspirator. Now, whether you want to admit that or not is irrelevant. You know, the feds ain't going to want to hear nothing about you copping deuces, talking about some you ain't involved and you ain't got nothing to do with it. Because the feds will most definitely name you as a co-conspirator on this conspiracy case. And what are y'all conspiring to do? Y'all are conspiring to spread ideologically based violence, i.e. the abortion of black male fetuses, and could potentially be violently radicalizing people, i.e. you had a guy threaten to cause you physical bodily harm for said ideology. Now, the fact that you are promoting these people, you've collaborated with these people as you admitted out of your own mouth, and just based off of that alone, you could potentially and highly, more than likely, will be named as a co-conspirator, right? So y'all need to really go check out HR 1955, man. And y'all can get an idea and a good depiction on where this stuff on YouTube is going to lead to in future times, because due to the legislation in HR 1955, this could be considered spreading ideologically based violence and violently radicalizing people. Now, I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with how the feds work. If y'all ever been involved on a federal conspiracy case or know anybody that has, mind you, Big Meech was convicted based off of people he was involved with. He was not caught with any drugs per se, or he was not caught in any form of criminality that they could stick to him. He is really in jail right now in the feds because of him being a co-conspirator on the case. I'm gonna take it even more local here in my city of Columbus, Ohio. Papa Joe is in prison right now in the feds, not because he was convicted of he himself doing anything, but because of his name was mentioned due to people who were involved with him or who he was involved with, right? And I just want y'all to get a good idea of how far this thing can potentially go if the feds decide to get involved, which, like I said, since this is being all done on YouTube, which is a global platform and spreads across international territories and boundaries, this could be considered not only a federal crime, but an international case. Or should I say a federal case, but an international case. So although Cynthia G is feigning ignorance, which you cannot do, the feds don't care nothing about you feigning ignorance. The very fact that you made a response video is enough for the feds to name you as a co-conspirator alone, not even including what they can otherwise put you a part of this too, based off of your association with these people. And this is why I be sitting here telling y'all that y'all might want to familiarize yourself with HR 1955, the Violent Radicalization and Homegrown Terrorism Prevention Act of 2007. This is the very legislation that they're going to use in situations like this to not only silence certain people, but to eventually silence us all. So, y'all just think about that, man. This is a case that could potentially go federal. If the feds want to get involved and take it on, it's very much highly likely and possible. You cannot feign ignorance when you're in a Fed case if you're involved with it, especially a conspiracy case. Case in point, if you were riding in a car with somebody who was being investigated by the feds and a picture was to be snapped of you, you could have no witting information or witting involvement whatsoever. The very fact that you were placed with this person and a picture was snapped of you, that could make you a co-conspirator. I strongly suggest that y'all familiarize yourself on what conspiracy entails. So with that being said, man, this stuff going on YouTube right now with this whole situation has the potential to go to levels that most people who are involved with this, i.e. NYLAH, Taz, and Cynthia G, and even my homeboy Red Supreme, this could go to the feds, man. And I just want y'all to realize how serious this could potentially become, man. The Violent Radicalization and Homegrown Terrorism Prevention Act of 2007 was strategically created for situations just like this one. So, you can sit up here and feign ignorance and claim that you're not involved all you want, but just by association, you are guilty by association. You're a co-conspirator by association. So y'all think about that, man. That's why I be telling y'all to box cleverly with your words on this here YouTube platform, because you can sit up here and be involved in some things that you wittingly weren't trying to be involved with. And let me say this, although it is true that Cynthia G or any other content creator has no control over people who subscribe to them's behavior or actions, you can definitely influence them. And that is exactly what the feds would use to name you as a co-conspirator. You don't have to be wittingly involved to be involved with a federal case. So y'all smash that like button, man. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, tap in and walk with me, man. This could go to levels that most people involved aren't ready to go, and I strongly suggest that y'all familiarize yourself with this legislation. Hey.
And there you have it. E&E presents, that's what the facts, the real contender. You could be anywhere in the world, but you right here with me, baby. Thinking back when I was sitting in a prison cell, serving hard times for hard white and dingy scales. I got flicks from Rain Man through the prison mail. That nigga one of the realest, cause he didn't tell. 40 fines, my brethren, I really love you, dog. When I would call collect, you would accept my call. Adrian, my sister, I love you, she used to hold me down. Bringing 10 to see me, that thought just made me smile. My deuce, I love you, and all them birthday cards got me through the stress when it got so hard. Them chicks, they hopped out the whip and left me so scarred. Nakia, girl, I love you, cause you helped heal my heart. My nigga Nino Solid, that's my brethren, my brother. He held me down, I was locked up, I so love you. K-Ro, he didn't make it, he rested in the essence. Now the soul is on now, that's such a blessing. My baby girl Jen, she look like my